Hello everybody and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. We're doing another drive time, as you can see, and today we are going on a jolly to Fleetwood. You might think I'm going the wrong way, but as you know, I live in Cleveleys, so I thought I'd orientate you to where we are. So that obviously is the high street up there. This is Roughly Road, and this is the street where the bus station is. This little bit at the bottom's one way, and there's obviously bus pull-ins and bus stops for coaches when you've been on a day trip. So I'm going to take you on two drives. It's a drive in two parts, this one. We're going to go to Fleetwood quite early in the morning. It's only 20 past 9. And then we're going to come back from Fleetwood in a completely different route, because I must say I always found in and out of Fleetwood so confusing when I first came to live here, and perhaps you'll see why. So if you've come to Cleveleys and you want to drive through to Fleetwood, and you've come what we call the scenic way on the seafront, This is the little roundabout. I can't show you right, but literally just to our right is the tram stop in central Cleveleys. And you can see at the back of the little concrete fence the tramway Fleetwood to Blackpool. So we're in Cleveleys at the moment, and it's spitting a little bit, so we'll have a few windscreen swipes. So while these lights are at red, and we're going to pause for a moment, don't forget, make sure that you've subscribed to Visit Fylde Coast, make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications, and make sure that you give this video a like, and then we can make lots more of them for you. So this is, I think we've left this is Russell Road. You know what I'm like for road names. I'm terrible. I really am terrible. In fact, I could do with the sat nav on, couldn't I? And then I can at least look at the map and know what road we're on. So this is Russell Road, and in common with a lot of the side roads in the Fylde Coast, there are loads of little patches of shops like this one here. So this is the end of Thornton Gate, the next left, which is where you go down to the seafront and beach. So we've got a chippy pet shop. We're short of nothing we've got in Cleveleys, I tell you. Locksmiths, washers and all the rest of it. So you can see the tramway a little bit clearer now that we've parted company with some of the traffic. So this route on our way to Fleetwood is how I would go to Fleetwood. So this is Russell Road, and I think at some point further down it turns into Fleetwood Road North, or South, I'm not sure which is why I get so easily confused, because one road turns into another and you never know where the join is, do you? But we're going to turn right just a little bit further along here, and we're going to pick up the faster route into Fleetwood. Just on your left, these rather attractive white rendered houses are built in the style of Lutyens, and if they'd been a little bit more switched on in Cleveleys in the early 1900s, Letchworth wouldn't have been known as the Garden City, it would have been Cleveleys, because that's where the cottage exhibition all started. So on our right you can see a great big field. I'm not quite sure who owns that. I think it might be Farmer Parr, actually. But that field is home in winter to thousands of geese, and they come all the way from Iceland and up in the Arctic, and they come every year honking in their V-shaped skeins as they fly across, and land on that field during the day to feed. And on our left is Russell School. Could do with a red umbrella, couldn't I, like they do in York. Just for information, I think this is still Russell Road. We're going to turn right here, and we're going to pick the fast road to Fleetwood up. So we're crossing the tramway, and this is very narrow. You need to breathe in when you come down here, especially if you're passing a big lorry. That's a small one. That's a small box van. So there's a farm on the right hand side, as you can see, which does riding lessons and whatnot. So when we get to the end of here, we're going to turn left, and that then picks up the A585, which is of course the other faster way. If you're coming from the motorway or from the back roads, as it were, if you're coming straight to Fleetwood, you would come along this road, which is the 585. And just watch on here as well, because the speed limit is a lot lower than you might think, and I should hate any of you to get a ticket. That's Fleetwood Nautical College on your left, where thousands of mariners learn how to survive and steer ships and all the other things that people do when they work at sea. And that is, yes, you're right, a copy of Eros. And that was donated by Mrs. Lofthouse from Fisherman's Friend. Now, the story goes that she bought that for a back garden and decided it was too big, so she donated it to the roundabout. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I'd heard. And then we are on the side road to Fleetwood. Now, they changed the speed limit on here. Oh, this little bit must be 60. And then it drops. Perhaps as you get around this corner, it's definitely not 60. There you go, 40. The car's telling me 60 and the speed limit's telling me 40. So this is what I was saying, you see, about watching out, because it used to be 60 and now it's 40. But nonetheless, it's a quicker way into Fleetwood. So on your left-hand side is Copse Road, which is where quite a few of the factories and businesses and industries of Fleetwood are. And just at the back of this big green tree, you'll see when we pass it, is Fisherman's Friend. So those little green things are made there. Green? Why did I say green then? I've just looked at my map and something green was on it. Those little lozenges that we all eat are made there and exported all over the world. There you go, you see, little known fact. And Fleetwood Town Centre is kind of parallel to where we're driving at the minute on your left. So this building here on your right hand side is the new fish park. No, it's not swings and roundabouts for fish. It's the new processing units, sheds, warehouse, whatever you want to call it, for the fish merchants. Now, I'm doing 40, and this guy has no idea that I'm actually videoing this drive. No idea at all. 40 as instructed by the signs. So on your right hand side is Affinity, one of our favourite haunts, and we've been to Affinity many, many, many times. He didn't get very far, did he? For all his enthusiasm. The big Asda. We've got supermarkets at every turn. I tell you, it's short of nothing we've got. And we're going to go down to the sort of market end of Fleetwood. So, in fact, I said it's a drive in 3 parts. It's in 2 parts. It's actually going to be in 3, because part 2 is going to be a look at the town centre with bits of driving interspersed. So this is Fleetwood Walking Centre on your right hand side, and that's where you go for all your catastrophes. Been there a few times with Chrissy. So Dock Street has got some really old buildings on it, and I'm going to try and not show myself up. I'm just searching for the name as we approach it. On the left here, this beautiful one with the pointed windows. This one used to be the Fylde Library. That's the one that was built by a philanthropist back in the day. And now we're down at the market end of town, so we're going to go this way. This is the oldest pub, museum just slightly in front of us. Fleetwood Market on your left. We could have actually carried on a little bit further on the seafront. Now on the right here, where there's all this building work, they're building a new park on the edge of the car park. It's part of the heritage quarter down here, where all the old buildings are. This is Fleetwood Library on the right. So all these places are all covered on Visit Fylde Coast. Pages and pages, and that's the mount straight in front of us. So now you can see why I said it's confusing. Because when we come back, we're going to come back the other way, which brings us round in a big loop. Oh, and you also need as well to watch out for the tramlines, which share the highway here, as you can see. So we've arrived at our destination. This is North Albert Street, and I'm going to start my morning round about here. So I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to bid you a good day for this first little bit. That building on the right, left even, just in front of us, is the old Fleetwood Hospital. And that is now being used as a community building, because obviously now we've got the dock, the walking centre on the dock. So I hope you've enjoyed that, part one. Don't forget, make sure that you've subscribed and that you've signed up and done all that kind of stuff, and then you'll get a notification when we up the next part of this adventure. Have a lovely day now, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.